How does content strategy work? Sound fair? We're going to get into how content strategy actually works. So first things first, let me just say we are in Austin at a Tony Robbins event, so that is why we're a tiny bit earlier than usual. But you can still win things. So one person each week is going to win something from my swag shop. And all you have to do for that is subscribe to my YouTube channel, comment on my YouTube videos, and then share my YouTube videos into social media, tagging myself or my business page in it, either way. But one person every week that does that is going to get a little tappy tap on the shoulder. And we're going to tell you to go to my swag shop, which is at withmartha.com. You click on shop at the very top, check out the swag, you decide on one thing that you want, and we are going to send it to you, okay? So that is how that works. So now let's go ahead and get into things. So again, what we're talking about today is how does content strategy work? Maybe we should also talk about how it doesn't work. But maybe first we define what because people are like, content strategy, that feels like a lot. And quite frankly, I mean, it can be overwhelming and it can be a lot, but I think that's only if you're listening to the wrong person, honestly. Somebody that doesn't understand something well doesn't explain it well also. And so there are a lot of people out there that really just confuse some folks when it comes to content strategy. And I think that's just because they don't really understand what they're talking about themselves. They're just regurgitating stuff. And you can tell because they, don't do it well. So let's talk about how to actually do it well. Okay, sound good. I see you guys over in the chat. Happy Friday to you. I see you. And go ahead and keep chatting. At the end of what I'm talking about, I'm going to come back through and I'm going to put your names up on screen, some of you guys. And I love you guys for showing up and being part of the community. So thank you so much, you guys. So the question is, how does content strategy work? Well, how it doesn't work is just posting things. So you're going to see some people out there that just post on Instagram or just post on Facebook or, Snapchat or whatever. Just post there and post about this stuff every once in a while. And it's really, they're going to say it in the name of attraction marketing. And all that they tell you to post are like quotes and stuff like that. And there's a place for that in your content strategy. There's absolutely a place for that, but it's not in the building your business, getting sales part. The place for that in your content strategy is having Me Too moments with people, like having those moments where they're like, she is totally me. Like she gets me. We like the same stuff, like whenever you see somebody posting the same stuff that you would post, you're like, like we're sisters from another mister, like it's a cool feeling to have with somebody. But if that's all that you're doing, that's not even close to a strategy. Because social media isn't even close to a full-on content strategy. Social media is a part of it, A good content strategy is going to cover across multiple platforms. And so it's going to, this is the way I describe it anyway in HBR. So the way in HBR, what we do is you're setting up different gears. So like machinery, how you have all these gears that work together and then like it makes the whole thing run, but it needs every one of those gears, right? It can't be without a gear. Or another way I like to describe it is it's like putting the chain on your bike, right? Your bike isn't going anywhere if you don't actually put the chain on it. A good content strategy is the chain on your bike. It's what makes the thing actually go. It's what makes the business actually build. And so you might still be like, Martha, yeah, I get it. What is content strategy? What it is, you guys, is it's creating content. First of all, you need to know who your person is, how you're serving them, that it's a market, and that you're setting yourself apart in the market. So there's like you need that foundation first before you even determine what your content strategy is. Who gives a rip about your content strategy if you don't even know these basic things? Because you're going to end up pulling in the wrong people. You're still not going to get sales. So you can't jump straight to content strategy. So there's the thing. But content strategy, essentially, what it is we create content that our people need. So they know that they need this content, or we know that they need the content, and then we can bring it home to them. Okay? So and I'm not going to go all the way. A content strategy, if I were to teach it, would be, probably a year-long thing. In HBR, I make it much faster than that and easier to do. But if I go into all of the nooks and crannies of it, that's probably a year worth of stuff. But what you're really doing, like if we really just make it easy, were you doing a mic? Is Mike coming in?
Do you want me to?
Yeah, just go ahead and do that.
You don't want me to?
Do it.
Oh.
Yeah. Here comes Mike. There's Mike. Oh my word. Okay. We need that as a thumbnail somewhere. So it's giving your people what they need, what they know that they need, what they're already looking for, right? So like if your people are looking for something and they need the answer to something, then you're giving them that, okay? And then what you're doing is you're guiding them into different places, right? So a lot of people, when they think of growing their business, they think, okay, well, I'm just going to put it out there. I'm going to put out the buy my stuff, or I'm selling this thing, or I have this amazing course, which like I'm sure that your course is amazing, right? Like I'm positive your course is awesome, but you cannot just blast it in front of people that are quite frankly there for another reason, So like in public, your people that you're friends with on Facebook or on Instagram or whatever, or LinkedIn, your people that you're already connected with, you're connected with likely for a different reason other than why you created this program. So if you blast in front of them, hey, I got this new program and da-da-da-da-da, they're going to be like, what? And like, I'm not here for that, that's not why we're connected or whatever. And so what you do, you guys, is it's a way of being able to pull the right people out of your social media or attract people that aren't even on your social media yet, but they see you because somebody has shared it, or the algorithm. We go through that in HBR. You're able to trigger the algorithm to show you to more people. And this is all without ad spend, you guys. Content strategy is building your business without spending money on ads. And even better, you're building an actual loyalty with your audience that will span years, okay? So you're not spending money and you're building the right kind of audience, okay? That you can then serve for years. And so what we're doing, you guys, is we're bringing people out of our public domain, our public social media or our YouTube channel or, whatever. We're bringing them out of there and we're bringing them down into another place where they have opted in. You're asking them top of funnel, which is, I'm getting a little geeky here, but this is like these are public eyeballs. This is like everybody. So those of you out there that are like, I need more audience. I need a bigger audience. I have already, everybody that is in my current audience already knows what I do, and I need more people to see me. Content strategy is what you're looking for. Quite frankly, HBR is what you're looking for. Let me just go ahead and do this because it's going up in price, so I'm going to say it. Jump in HBR now. If you're saying that, you need HBR stat, okay? So you can get moving on this thing. You're going to go to Livin the Dream with Martha. It's my Facebook business page. Message me the words, let's do this, rainbows and unicorns, whatever you want. And then we're going to have a conversation. I'll give you the details of the program, and that'll be that. It's going up to 10K soon. It's $14.97 right now. If you want to wait till it goes up to 10K, feel free. It is in my interest to make sure that you don't spend more if you don't have to. So there's that. Okay. So again, Living the Dream with Martha. I'm going to go ahead and get this off the screen now. So you guys, what we're doing is we pull them from public, top of funnel. We pull them down into a place where they've raised their hand once for us and said, I'm looking for what you're talking about. That's all we want. Okay? You're not trying to sell your stuff top of funnel. You're like, I want somebody to say, I want more information on what you're talking about. I want to see if you might be my person. This is the kind of real stuff that happens. Are you my person? Because how many times have you bought a course, bought a program, and you're like, nah, like I don't really jive with this person. I don't really want to learn from this person. I don't like how this person talks. You know? There's all sorts of different things. And so what people are doing, they know, they're self-identifying that they need more of what you're talking about, which is the best ever. Okay? When it comes to marketing and somebody self-identifies as needing what you're talking about, game on. It's perfect because you're here to serve them, right? And you know that those are your people and they know that you're their people. But what they're doing is they're kicking the tires. And God bless them. Let them kick the tires, right? And so what we do is we bring them into another space where they can kick the tires, where they can join our community, where they can see what's going on, where they see some tutorials that we've done and some trainings and some challenges. So if you want to see what like kicking the tires looks like, my group is actually in the link is in the description of this video. Go ahead and join my group, Kick the Tires. Feel free. There's a lot of tire kicking going on. And I embrace all the tire kickers because I am also a tire kicker. Okay, so I know that you likely are also a tire kicker. And if you're like, Martha, what on earth are you talking about? I mean, the people that a tire kicker is a term that comes from buying a car, where you walk around the car and you kind of kick the tires and you see, man, is this really what I want? That's the whole concept, right? So content strategy, what it's going to do, if implemented correctly, what it's going to do is it's going to bring people from all over the place into you. They're going to like raise their hand that they want to work with you or they want to learn more about you. And then you can start doing a more like focused content strategy there. So there's a different content strategy here than is here. And then there's a different content strategy that goes from here to here. Okay. So when you see somebody talking about a blatant, like blanket strategy, content strategy for your business, you already know that that's the wrong place. There should be 3. Okay. And if nobody is talking about the 3 content strategies you need for your business, then you need to get an HBR. What are you waiting for? We know what we're doing. Okay. So anyway, that is, let me go back to the title, how content strategy works. That's the overarching idea of how content strategy works. No! Let me explain something to you. I have recently tapped the shoulders of some of my students that were already showing up and serving really well, right? And they are living, eating, breathing HBR people, Home-Based Revolution, which is my program, right? And I tapped their shoulder and I trained them. So they are now my team of business strategists, okay? So what I've wanted for a very long time is to be able to serve more people one-on-one. And I just simply can't, I mean, for obvious reasons. I'm one person. Also, we've got a massive business and we've got, a lot of stuff going on. And I would love to be able to, but I just simply can't. And also, even when I do, the price point is pretty high and not everybody is able to do that, right? And so what we did is with the business strategists, I trained them on this content strategy and we've trained on bat signal so far. Okay. So the way that you can work with one of them, here's what you can do. And you can sign up today, right? They've got all of their schedulers are all ready to go. You can sign up right now today. And their schedules are going to fill up fast, okay? Because it's very inexpensive. So what you guys are going to do is you're going to be able to meet with one of them and get your content strategy for the year, okay? You will get your content for a year. You'll be able to sign up with one of them. Go ahead and jump over now if you want to. I'm okay with that. Click on the link in the description of this video. Go over there, sign up with one of them. On the page that you go to, it's going to show what they specialize in and what they're really good at. We wanted to be able to pull out their own gold of who they are and what they're great at. And so you can choose who you want to work with. And the way that I really see this working is some people will probably get monthly sessions. And it won't all just be content strategy. It'll be, business strategy. Am I doing this right? Am I doing that right? What should I do here? And that sort of thing, okay? I can see that happening. But you guys, go ahead and go over there. Get your content set up for the year. Here's what that does. You will have all of your content for the year, and then you will never have to do that again. And the reason why is because that content is all you need. So when next year rolls around and you've gone through your year of content, you go through it again because you have a different perspective. You'll probably tweak it just a little bit because a year ago I wasn't the same and you weren't the same either. Next year I won't be the same and you won't be the same either. You'll have grown, right? And so you'll have a different perspective. And there's such gold in that kind of content strategy. It's just amazing. And what I have taught them to do is to be able to create content strategy that does this. Some of you may know this and some may not. I come from a very strong SEO background. Search engine optimization. It's how you move your website to the top of Google, just in layman's terms. And really, there's a joke in the industry, in the SEO industry, where do you hide a dead body? On the second page of Google. Because nobody ever goes there, right? And so what this does with this content strategy that we're going to do with you is it satisfies what Google is wanting to serve up to people. What? So what that means, you guys, is when you create that, also know that Google also owns YouTube, right? So let's not get it twisted. Google owns YouTube. It's the same idea. So you would also be showing up high there. So what it's going to do, you guys, is you're going to have all your strategy for the year. Not only is that going to bring in clients, build trust, build authority in your industry, and also have people, coming in, sharing your stuff, but it's also going to, and build sales, of course, because that's what that does. Building trust builds sales, just in case you didn't realize that. That's what that does. Next thing that it does is it's going to bring people into your space, which then makes it easier to sell. And then your website is going to go up to it's going to move up to the top of the search engines as well. You guys, this is it. If you've been looking for ways to be able to show up every day and you're like, I don't know what to talk about, this is it. This is it. This is it. Get a session with one of these people. You can get a session with me too. If you go to withmartha.com, you can go to one-on-one coaching. It costs more, of course. You can get a session with me too. You can go ahead and set up a session there. But get a session with one of these people. I've trained them on precisely what I do, okay? So I love you guys. I have to get out of here. Oh, let me put a couple of you up. Heather said, hey, Mike, nice forehead. Sarah, good morning, friend. I like this time to hang out. Oh, Vonda, good morning. Martha, good morning. Jennifer, I need HBR, message being sent. Girl, Jennifer, get in. Let's go. You guys, it is time, okay? And all of the awesome is being added to HBR. This is momentum. If you want to know what momentum looks like, it looks like this. I love you guys. Adios.